This week, we save the date for the wedding of Leia and Han, take a deep dive into the finale of the Book of Boba Fett, and more. Rancor noise, rancor noise. Ah, pew, 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 pew. Oh no! Ah! Oh, sorry. Just replaying some of my favorite moments from the Book of Boba Fett finale. But I can finish this later. Let's get to the news. If you've ever found yourself watching a Star Wars and trying to puzzle out when exactly the story takes place in the greater galaxy, this one's for you. Today, we're thrilled to reveal a new book, Star Wars Timelines, hitting bookstore shelves later this year. Charting the history of Star Wars from the time before the High Republic to the fall of the First Order, this stunning new visual timeline chronologically plots out key events, favorite characters, and galaxy-altering developments. For more on that, head to starwars.com/thisweek. In other book news this week, it's fitting that on Valentine's Day, we learned about the next word in the courtship of Princess Leia. The new novel, Star Wars: The Princess and the Scoundrel by Beth Revis, will plunk readers down right after the victory at the Battle of Endor for a very special wedding ceremony for Han Solo and Leia Organa. Then they'll jet off on a honeymoon among the stars aboard the Halcyon Star Cruiser. Catch up with the author as she talks about her love of Leia and how her husband helped her find Han's voice in a special interview on starwars.com/thisweeknow. Earlier this week, a brand new trailer for Star Wars: The Old Republic hit the web alongside the release of its new expansion, Legacy of the Sith. Reminiscent of the trailers of the past, we got a look at key supporting characters that provide more insight into the characters' motivations ahead of the expansion, where players will fight to stop Darth Malgus from completing his sinister plans. To watch the trailer, ignite yourself over to starwars.com/thisweek. Speaking of igniting, last week saw the big finale of the Book of Boba Fett, now streaming on Disney+. You know the drill. If you haven't watched the episode yet, jump into your X-Wing and chart a course to the timestamp below. Stay on target. Okay, we have a lot to cover. Chapter 7, In the Name of Honor, was action-packed. We found ourselves back in Mos Espa with Boba preparing for battle against the Pikes, the Mayor, Cad Bane, pretty much everyone who's crossed him. But Fett's crew was, we'll admit it, looking a little thin. As things were heating up, an X-Wing arrived at Pelimoto's garage, and it delivered the cutest package. Little Grogu. Boba and Cad had a classic high noon gunfight, and fighting broke out on all fronts. Turns out when the crime families of Tatooine say, yeah, we'll totally remain neutral, they are lying liars. Luckily, the people of Freetown were ready to take up arms and help save the day, and Chrysanthemum and the rest of Fett's allies are formidable fighters. This episode had some of the best battle moments of the series. Boba and Mando teaming up for honor, heavy artillery droids versus pretty much everything that moves on Tatooine, Grogu and Mando reunited in the middle of the chaos, and the moment we've all been waiting for, Boba Fett riding on the back of his Rancor. If you thought making a Wookiee mad was a bad idea, just wait until you see what happens when a Rancor gets upset. It's ugly. It's real ugly. But as we've seen before, Rancors can also be quite loving and apparently excellent sleepy time pals. And of course, Fennec Shand had her moment doing her elite assassin thing, and we got a tantalizing end credit scene. Did you see it? Rewatch the climactic ending for yourself right now on Disney+. This season of the Book of Boba Fett has given us creatures, and more creatures. And I'm not complaining because I love me some creatures. And seeing them all on our LG screen, there is no denying their otherworldly galactic glory with LG OLED's intense color. Like Malakili, there are few creatures I adore as much as the Rancor. With the return of Boba's noble beast in the finale, we thought we would give you a little Rancor 101. We met our first Rancor friends in Star Wars: Return of the Jedi in the shadowy chamber beneath Jabba's palace. Sometimes known by their name Patissa, Jabba the Hutt's pet would take care of any unwanted guests. In-universe Rancors stand at about 5 meters tall when fully grown, which is about as tall as a 2-story building on Earth. But like we saw in Star Wars: The Bad Batch, as adolescents, Rancors are a little smaller and a little easier to handle, at least for Wrecker. Aw, Moochie. Ever wonder how a Rancor keeps their teeth so clean? Our Safari Droid friend Ari got up close and personal to find out in an episode of Star Wars: Galaxy of Creatures. But we don't recommend you try that at home. And fans of the High Republic know that in that earlier era, Jedi Master Avar Kriss went into battle on the back of a mighty Rancor, looking extra majestic with her lightsaber raised above her head, which was echoed in the Book of Boba Fett Fett last week after the twins gifted Boba his very own rancor, and he put that creature to good use. But a rancor's gonna rancor, and Boba's pet went into full beast mode, King Kong style, which just proves you should always travel with Grogu by your side. He's very helpful in intense situations. Nap time! That's it for this week, but for more on these stories and other news from around the galaxy, check out StarWars.com. And be sure to join us right here for This Week in Star Wars every Thursday. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.